Welcome back to Inkscape Basics 5. Let's take a look at the next tool, Align and Distribute. The easiest way to do this is use the example of a window frame. I've got 8 identical boxes. We'll call those the windows. Click and drag around them until it highlights them. We can now go to Object and use the Align and Distribute drop-down menu, or the easiest way is to go to this icon here, which will open Align and Distribute. The submenu comes up. Click on the grid, and this time we're going to make it 2 rows by 4 columns. And we're going to put them millimeters apart. We're going to put them 5 millimeters apart. Just to show them apart, press Arrange, and there they are. You could then reduce that in size to fit whatever window you wanted to make. Now click on the Select tool, the Box tool, draw around that, and it's now ready to print and cut. We can do exactly the same with these 6 circles. If we surround them until it highlights them, click on the Align and Distribute icon. Now click on Grid, and this time we want 2 rows, 3 columns. I'm going to put them 10 millimeters apart on the X-axis and 5 on the Y, and then press Arrange. And you can see that it does exactly the same as it did before. Again, if you want to make these portholes, then click on the rectangle tool, draw around, and again, ready to print and cut. Let's look at the rotate and flip functions. I'll take you back through some of the basics. Let's draw a square first. Select a tool, then square, and draw the square. Now, let's say we want to draw a right angle in there. Go to the pen tool, click on each corner, make sure the snapping tool is on in the top right hand corner, illuminated blue. Now we have a triangle. We can now click on that triangle and drag it out. Now what if we want to have it in the opposite direction, for example, for a window frame? And I'm using window frames as a clear example. We now click, right click, duplicate, and take it away. And again, with the snapping tool on, it shows it can line it up for you. When you're there, then go to this tool, flip, and it will turn it the opposite direction. So if you wanted these two as part of a window, there you go. You would obviously put a box around them to make the frame, the outer frame. Now, if we wanted to go the opposite, just surround them both, then go to this one, flip vertical, and it will turn them around the other way. Now try this with the circle tool. Press on Select and press on the circle. Now, if you were using the circle last time, then that's what you will get. But if you want to now change that shape, go to the round handle and move it to there. Now, if you then leave Inkscape, the next time you go back and you go to the circle tool and you try to draw a circle, it will draw whatever shape you used last time. To correct that, just press that red button and it will put you back to a circle. But we're going to actually draw that. So if we click on there and we say circle, it will give us the handle again to draw whatever shape we want. We'll draw a pie. If we now want to join those together, we can then click on this tool and it will join them together, as we showed in the previous videos. If we wanted to make that now into a pie, we can then click on there, click on pie, and it'll convert it back to a pie. Now, if we then click on Select and Select, now tell it to flip vertical, it will change it. On the opposite side, it will go horizontal. Now if we duplicate that and take it the other way, we can then go to the flip and we can flip it the other way. Same as with the other tools, but with a different shape. If we now surround these two, and then we press the flip vertical, you can see it'll take them to the vertical. If we then go to the flip horizontal, it will flip it horizontal. But you won't see any change because they're both the same. But the vertical will see the change. We can now press these buttons here. Object rotate 90 degrees. And it will move the pair of them 90 degrees. Press it again and it takes them the other way. One last example with the triangle. And this time we're going to use the Bezier tool, which is the node tool just underneath the select. Click on the side of the triangle, push while holding the button down, and you've now got part of a window frame or whatever you want to use it for. If we now go to there and click and duplicate, click and drag it out, we now have the two sides. Using the flip tool, we can now flip that the other direction. We can move it in and we have a nice little window frame. If you wanted to surround it with a box, there you go. And of course, if the box isn't the right size, just alter the size to suit. We'll start with the rectangle. When we've drawn the rectangle and we go back to the selector button, these are the controls you have. You can enlarge or make smaller. You can click on it and move it. But this time, click on the box again, the rectangle tool, and it will leave these controls on. If you click on the round handle at the top right and pull down, you can round the corners. Beware of the retained control, because the next time you try to draw a square, even if after you've left Inkscape, it will then draw it as rounded corners. To correct that, simply when you open the next version of Inkscape, then just push it back to a box, go back to select, now draw a box, and it will draw a box. Notice it leaves the handles on, so you must press the select tool to get back to the base controls of the box. Thank you for watching this series of 5 Back to Basics Inkscape videos. And from Alan's Trains at Stockton Station, thank you for watching and see you again in the future.